bus is always empty. It's not surprising. Past midnight, the city outside is dead. Only the streetlights illuminate the wet asphalt. I took a seat at the back, by the window. The driver glanced at me in the mirror and gave a small nod. We started moving. The bus was almost empty. Almost.
Up front, near the exit, sat a man. His face was swallowed by shadows, but I could see his silhouette. Tall, thin, with long fingers locked together. He didn't move, not even a twitch. Just sat there, staring out the window. I turned away and closed my eyes. After a long day, my thoughts blurred. My eyelids grew heavy.
Don't look at him.
I flinched. The driver's voice. I met his gaze in the mirror. His face was tense. His eyes locked onto mine.
Who? What are you talking about?
I asked, feeling a cold knot tighten in my chest.
That man.
The driver spoke with a lot of tension.
Don't try to see him clearly. And if he speaks to you, don't answer.
I swallowed hard.
Why?
Just do as I say.
I wanted to respond, but at that moment, behind me, movement, not footsteps, not a rustling, just a shift in the space around me. My throat tightened. I could feel breathing against my neck. I hadn't heard him stand up. I hadn't heard him move, but he was right behind me. The bus swayed, and in the window, I saw the reflection. Oh God, that's not a man. His face was stretched, as if skin had been pulled over an alien skull. Eyes empty, black voids in a hollow mask. His mouth too wide, unnatural, moving, but silent. He was saying something, but there was no sound, only silence, crushing, absolute silence.
The bus jerked. The doors slid open with a violent hiss.
Get out! Now!
I bolted toward the exit, but just as I stepped onto the first stair, the driver screamed.
Run!
A wet, thick sound behind me. I turned, only for a second. But a second was enough. The figure wasn't sitting anymore. It was melting into the bus, its limbs stretching, merging with the seats and handrails, fingers unraveling into long, slimy tendrils. Its head twisted at a grotesque, impossible angle, and it was walking toward me. I burst out of the bus, slipped on the wet pavement, but it followed me out.
Not footsteps, something thick, slithering. I shouldn't have looked, but I couldn't stop myself. The figure poured out of the bus, shifting, unraveling. Now its mouth covered half its face. Teeth too long, too sharp. I ran, but I heard it closing in too fast. Cold fingers clamped around my throat. I fell. The last thing I saw, its face, inches from mine. I tried to scream,
but no sound came out.